I really hope people just complain about us being on our cell phones. Holding it up. Can we continue now? Reminder on the quiz. Well, we had to just find the tag, right? Where was the tissue paper discovered? Best wishes on your search. About the riddle. Is it a riddle? About the ongoing quiz. Oh, would you like a hint? If you have a hint, sure. I would if I could, but I'm really just a sensitive artist. Perpetrate it like I am the hardest. Act it like I'm not the smartest. To be honest, the organizer only gave me the quiz text itself. So I don't actually know the answer. Let alone the envelope's info on where to go next, or info on the Tenchu incident. What? What are we gonna do if nobody knows the answer? Oh, whoops. Not good. Guess it's up to everyone to solve the riddle then. Like, obviously not good. You are terrible. But also, okay, so this is the thing, right? We can solve it because we have psychic powers. But I wonder if it's a situation where the only person that would be able to solve it would be someone that was involved. Again, me thinking that it's like, I'm gonna expose you for what you are or what you did. About the Tenchu incident. Do you know about the Tenchu incident? He basically said he didn't. I hate to admit, but 7 years ago, I was away in Spain studying flamenco dancing. You would. The flamenco in Spain? I was there for a couple of years, hoping to go pro. I chose to move to Morocco for a 3-year stint as a sushi place. At a sushi place. Not as one. Sushi in Morocco? I got back to Japan 2 years ago, so I have no idea about events prior to that. Like, none at all. You never kept up with the news. I see. It almost feels like that's like very explicitly like, listen, he doesn't have a name. He's not involved. Just don't even think about it. Where was it discovered? So we were able to find it. No. Oh, God. Okay. Mr. Gas Mask, could I talk to you for a bit? I guess. Did they not update his name either? Didn't he say like you could call me something else? I'll have to look back at the logs. About the riddle. Since you're a journalist, perhaps you know something? About what? Back when the incident happened, did you do any research on it? Would you happen to know where the Tenchu paper was found, for example? Yeah, well... it's like... behind his back? The person who first discovered Kingu Nomura lying here. I heard they passed by while jogging. They called an ambulance, and after Nomura was carried off, they noticed the Tenchu paper. They found it after the victim was carried off? But wouldn't you notice a paper like that right away? I mean, I guess the picture probably spoiled it a little bit, but that would be the solution then, I guess. I should probably check the area first. I guess they're not gonna just go into that. Yeah, I think the image really kind of tipped that off a bit. Like the confusion, I wouldn't have put 2 and 2 together, but if it's like, okay, well, it was under the body. Without that image, I might not have thought that. About the Tenchu incident. So the Tenchu incident hasn't been solved yet? What are your thoughts on it, Mr. Gas Mask? My thoughts? Well, if you mean my personal view. Satomu Kisaragi, the occult expert. Some say he's innocent, but... personally, I think he's a strong suspect. And why is that? Well, obviously, must be the reason for that much controversy. Must be a reason. The victim, Kingo Nomura, was on the staff at the Ueno Ancient History Museum. There's talk that Kisaragi, as an occult researcher, and Nomura were clashing about ancient history matters. One said aliens, the other said we have records of Egyptians. It's very straightforward. Clashing about ancient history? Satomura Kisaragi and Kingo Nomura were fighting about ancient history? We don't even know if they actually were though, right? Creepy occult type and academic historian. Oil and water much? Not if you're on the History Channel. Also, it was more like oil and water much? Oil and water, how do they interact again? I'm gonna have to research this. Dr. Kisaragi was an occult researcher, but I thought he was a uni professor too. Something's not adding up. Where did the oil come from that got in the water? Was that story even true? You might want to ask Matsuda-san. Whispers. Don't mention I said this, but he works at the Ueno Ancient History Museum. Which means he's a colleague of the victim, that Nomura guy. Huh? Interesting stuff. I don't know if this is gonna tell me people. Yeah, Yamada gas mask. Is Yamada not a name? Am I stupid? Looks like his gas mask is part of his character. I assume Yamada was a name, right? Observe. White lines on the concrete road are showing what seems to be a human outline. So the Tenshu incident happened here. We don't even know how accurate this is, right? Did someone draw this for the tour? I would assume so. I can't imagine this would have been here from 7 years ago. If the Tenshu paper was found lying on the ground, it would have been around here. But I don't see any envelopes lying around. Should I look around with the glasses? I guess that is a good point. If the picture is to be believed, it was just under the body. But if we're gonna be looking for it, we need like more than just that. Observe. A photo of Kingo Nomura, victim of the Ueno Tenshu incident. They have flowers too. Would a photo of the victim of a 7-year-old murder still be around? I wonder who put this here. For the tour, perhaps? So, I mean, that's the thing, is it could be for the tour, or it could be someone that hasn't... I wouldn't say, like, hasn't gotten over it, but you know, someone who's close to the victim that would want to continue to do something about that. Snake Eyes. A statue of a child angel, but with graffiti on it. Jeez. The statue is titled To the Great Beyond. It says telescope for observing the great beyond. I thought it was a... That, like, clearly is like a trumpet, right? Like, it's in the mouth. Angel? Why does that ring a bell? I'll be honest, I don't know why it rings a bell. Angel? I already forgot that part. Yo, what's up? For some reason, your, like, sprite, not the portrait one, but the one that's just hanging out, keeps making me think that he's like a bellhop. I don't know why. Fujiwara-san, were you able to solve the puzzle? No, not quite yet. About this riddle. Any progress on solving the puzzle? I asked that already. Well, I do happen to have a certain degree of confidence in my ability to solve riddles and puzzles. I'd say I'm actually quite good at them. But this particular puzzle is outside my area of expertise, so I prefer to leave it to you all. Yes. He also has a stress face about the Tenshu incident. Everyone has a stress face. I don't know who's the real culprit. Do you know anything about the Tenshu incident? To be honest, the Tenshu incident is the worst case of false accusation since the war. Okay. Was the war really the worst case before that? I don't know which war you mean in particular, but like still, that seems like a very strong statement. It imposed a wholly unwarranted stigma on Dr. Kisaragi's name. Yes, yes. Since the war, that bad. Do you happen to like Satomu Kisaragi? Well, it's not really about liking or disliking him. For people like us, Dr. Kisaragi is viewed as a living deity. I can say without any reservation, yes indeed. I feel like I would reserve saying that about someone that's like a normal person. For those of us with similar interests that you might call the otaku. That book was a shining light of a gift. Wow. In conclusion, Dr. Kisaragi, author of such a book, the likelihood of him becoming a criminal would be beyond the realm of possibility. And yet the general public, they lack the social literacy to discern. So as his book also mentioned, a stigma is hard to shed once in place. He's getting real serious about it. Thank you for sharing that. In brevi, Satomu Kisaragi was falsely accused. The fact that this truth is kept from widespread acceptance suggests a conspiracy by some powerful entity. Okay. Based on the way he's talking, I don't think he's, like, related at all. He might have been a student. I don't know if that would be a case, but obviously he's more focused on the book aspect. Alright, so you work at the history museum or whatever. Matsuda-san, may I have a word? About the Tenshu incident. No idea. Oh. About the riddle. About the puzzle. Don't care. Find that envelope so we can move on. I see. Paper in the envelope. About the strange paper in your envelope earlier. Oh yeah, wanna see it? This is just a drawing of a snake? Huh? Who knows? I guess it is. Anyway, is this really a bonus draw like he said? I don't think so. Do me a favor and check with the guide what he meant by that, would you? Okay, sure. I mean, you could do it too. He has a point though. What does the snake even mean? If the organizer put that paper in the envelope, could it be related to the netherworld? I don't know what the snake would be. Maybe Matsuda has connections with the Yakuza, and that's like the snake tattoo of the Yakuza. I heard you were Nomura's colleague, which is interesting, because I would feel like a colleague would know something about the Tenshu incident. So tell me your secrets. I heard that you were a colleague of the victim, Nomura-san? Yeah, I sure was, but this Nomura guy didn't know him too well. I mean, I guess that's fair. I wouldn't really know too much about an incident if someone that I worked with died. Besides just hearing rumors, but in that regard, I still feel like Matsuda would have heard something. And you? Playing amateur detective or what? No, that's not it. Then do me a favor and cut the detective crap. Gets on my nerves. Yes. She's having a good time, look at her. Kimura-san, could I ask you something? You saw the photo in the frame, right? I knew I'd seen his ghost. Does this mean I'll be taken away? I'm worried. Are you alright? You look kinda pale. That photo I showed you of the man's ghost. Do you think he might be Nomura-san from the Tenshu incident? Yes. She's trembling. Must be really scared of the ghost. If she is, maybe I shouldn't say that I think so? They do look similar, but I feel like that's the exact opposite of what I just said I should do. They do look similar. Might just be a coincidence, though. I don't think so. They say if you see the ghost's face, the dead man pulls you into the pond. Go away from the pond, silly goose. Our guy just mentioned a similar story, too. I think he made up that story about Nomura-san's ghost just to spice up the tour. It's just a spicy tour is all. Really? Let me go check with our guide just to be sure. Then you won't have to worry. Appreciate our attempt to help. I just want to talk to people before I start doing the ghost vision thing. We have like 2 things to ask. About the ghost. Well, you told us earlier about the ghost of Kengu Nomura. About the people who encounter him being taken to the unknown places? Oh, yes. It was written in the materials I was told to read at this location. I tried my best to make it sound creepy. Hope you liked it. Is that story really true? I don't know, dude. I was just told to read it. If the ghost actually exists, you mean? I can't really say either way, being just a hired guide. Oh, I see, of course. But it's probably better if I tell Kimura-san that the ghost isn't real. About Matsuda's strange paper. About the paper Matsuda-san found in his envelope. About that. That was kind of, like... What was that about? It didn't seem like something you'd prepared for show or as a surprise. Dude doesn't know anything about this tour. Why would he know anything about this? It would be nice of you not to tell the other participants, but I wasn't told there'd be something like that inside. But I did improvise quite well, yes? I'll just message a report to the organizer. I mean, like, why improvise if you just weren't told it? Like, just be like, oh wow, that is crazy, I wonder what that could mean, haha. Please let Matsuda-san know that he is indeed the winner, please. Okay, so you don't know what that means either. I wonder if the drawing is supposed to mean something. I should ask someone well-versed in occult matters. I would also ask, although I feel like I know the answer, whether or not the graffiti on the statue is, part of the tour, but he wouldn't know either. Is something troubling you? Do you know anything about snakes? Mysterious snake drawing. About the paper found in Matsuda-san's envelope. There was a strange snake drawing on it. Why would we, like, immediately think, oh, it must be occult related? It's a snake picture. Do you know what it means? Could this possibly be the serpent held by the Cretan healer priestess? No, that doesn't add up. Cretan peeler, please toss? That isn't anywhere near what he said, Azami. You aren't even trying. Oh, I know. This must be Shujin Sama, a water god. What? I don't really understand. In Bravi. In other words, this serpent is not a random snake, but an icon related to the Suijin shrine. The water deity from the Suijin shrine? I see, thanks for the info. We should check on the other drawing that looks similar to this one. Human-headed water deity. Oh, I'm sorry, human-headed water deity. Where did the human head part come in? Like, that just looks like a snake head. Where's Jasmine? I want to talk to Jasmine. Jasmine, I need your help. Hey, the mood in this group keeps getting worse. I know. Like, they all have thoughts on the Ueno Tenshu incident. Apparently not the other guy. He doesn't know anything about it. Might want to check with them about that too. Yes, I'm working on it. What do you think? Jasmine, what's your impression of the tour so far? As a mystery tour, it's been pretty regular so far. Is this a regular mystery tour? I guess I've never been on one, but I feel like this is lame. Doesn't feel like we're heading to the netherworld. But I think something's changed after we got here. The participants are one thing, but something about this place also feels off. We're already there. We're in hell. I agree. What do you think is going on? About the investigation. Update. About the investigation. Anyway, prioritize finding the map to the next spot. But also try to get a feel for what's going on with these guys. Maybe ask them if they've heard anything about the Ueno Tenshu incident. You're good at that kind of thing. Am I? Heh, I'll try. Well, she definitely buttered me up well enough about the riddle. Jasmine, any idea how to solve the riddle? It's knowing where a thing was. It's not a riddle. We did guess right about the Ueno Tenshu incident, but didn't see any posts talking about the Tenshu paper itself. Gasmask's a journalist, so he might have an idea. He didn't really, and we didn't get any like bonus from Jasmine, so I think that's more so just to get us where we got with talking to him, to then talking to Matsuda. What was our next thing? We want to look at the paper again, I guess. Excuse me? Grrr. That doesn't make you intimidating, Matsuda. That makes you seem like you're like a little fucking Pomodoro dog. You're like a little baby dog trying to growl to imitate. Well, now I've just ruined everything. To intimidate me. And it ain't working. I don't remember what we're supposed to be doing. Probably just to like think about things. Kamara-san, are you okay? I don't think she's okay. Was that for show? Our guide mentioned he didn't know if the ghost rumors were true or not. We probably shouldn't tell her that it is, right? Anything wrong, Azami-chan? Well, it seems like she kind of calmed down, so maybe we should just drop the subject. Well, I asked the guide about the ghost he mentioned. He merely brought that up to spice up the tour. Oh, really? Thank you, I feel a bit better hearing that. Yes, that's what I heard, so you can relax. As long as the ghost doesn't show up or anything. Gulp. Are you okay now? Girl, have you calmed down? Will you be okay now? Yes, thank you. I thought I could handle the occult and horror. But I think I felt really anxious there for a bit. I hear you. I'm scared of ghosts and monsters myself. I'm glad you're with us on this tour, Azami-chan. I think I'll be okay for the next spot as well. Thanks again. Oh wait, that was a new thing. Are you? She's not okay again. About the puzzle. Would you have any idea where the tissue paper was found? If it was a piece of paper, you'd think it was on the ground near the scene, right? Not much of a hint, of course. About the tissue incident. I would have assumed, I don't know why, my first thought was I thought it was like in his hand. I don't know if that was on like the social media bit, maybe in his pocket too, but I don't know why that would have like slipped out, I guess. Do you know anything about the Ueno Tenshu incident itself? The Ueno Tenshu incident? Let me think, those terrible t-shirts perhaps? T-shirts? That's my question. Soon after the case attracted attention, t-shirts printed with the Tenshu word went really popular. Don't you remember? It was quite the boom. No, apparently I don't know anything about this. T-shirts exploiting the incident. How can the world be so cruel? I wonder if this is related to the puzzle. Probably not, but still. I should keep this in mind. I wonder if anyone else knows about the t-shirts? Anyone else is vague. The fact that it was under his shirt. I'm gonna leave. This tour sucks. I'm kind of surprised I could go so far. Is it perchance because there's a ghost? No. Yo, guys, you like my glasses? Alright, someone at the site. Not surprising. We're examining this again, I guess, to see the head. Looking closely at this graffiti, it does look like a water deity drawing, if you say so, like the one Matsuda-san got. Would Fujiwara-san know something? God damn it. I was on the right track, I just didn't. About the monument. About the monument next to the victim's photo. Aha, are you aware of the significance of that trumpet? Trumpet? I thought an angel was using a telescope, because I don't know what angels are. It is said to resurrect the dead when blown. Well, there's a certain secret theory, too. It's also said to be a sign calling out for the gates to be open, yes. Totally thought it was a telescope. An angel with a trumpet? I really don't remember where that was. What do you think? The drawing on the monument's pedestal. What do you think it means? This is just what I infer, but the angel's trumpet opens the gates. Drawing there is Sujin-sam, a water god. The gate that connects here and the beyond, the world we are in and the netherworld may be here. Could the serpent perhaps be enticing us there? Could it be? Imprevi. That would mean we are being invited into the netherworld. The netherworld? I have nothing conclusive, however. What notes do we have? Kimura was like, I think she writes creepypastas. She likes spirits in the occult, but can't handle the really scary. I guess that's fair. I think I'm kind of like that in a way. I'm not so sure I would be able to handle going to like a haunted house. I think I could handle going on a ghost tour as long as I don't expect like jump scare people to show up or anything. Hope nothing happens bad because of that. Murder victim was found here. Hidden meaning to the message. Yeah, I would assume so. Not extensive knowledge. He just likes the occult. Nothing really too fancy about him. What is like with that hat? The hat's kind of nuts. I know you don't know anything. That's basically what this is about. Okay, so nothing really from this. We didn't get like an urban myth. This is kind of what I wanted to look at, I think, this stuff. Shrine in Ueno, Suiji-sama is said to be enshrined there. Sometimes going to pray at places like this can be good excuse to get out of the house. Stretch those legs, get a good canter in. Gotta keep the body tight. I forgot that all of this is probably also voiced by the Moose. An incident that occurred in Ueno. Person was suddenly assaulted and killed. When the body was discovered, a paper with the word Tenchu, Wrath of the Heavens, written on it was found stuck to the victim's back. The culprit was never found, so the story was all over social media at the time. Yeah, I get it. When something is left at the scene of the crime, you can't help but want to be the key to some big secret. Want it to be the key to some big secret. Alright, whatever. I didn't get anything from that. What was I doing? I need to ask someone something. Probably not you. You're just growling. Oh, wait, about the t-shirts. Why am I asking you about the t-shirts? Matsuda-san, do you know about the Tenchu t-shirts? Those annoying tees with trash taste? Heard they were based on the incident. Can someone who knows, yen tell me whether or not that's a reasonable price for a t-shirt? Yeah, writing Tenchu on shirts to copy the murder. You didn't know anything about it. Some also had mindless words like got me or owned. People loved it. Hate the way they printed those on the backs of tees too. Yeah, it really should be on the front of a t-shirt so people can see it when they're talking to you. And the word was printed on the backs? Yeah, of course. I can't believe we're like using this to like logically get to the note was on the back. That's what the case was about. Well, give me a minute. Heard they were based on the incident. Yeah, writing Tenchu on shirts to copy the murder. Mindless words like got me and owned. Is that related to the murder or just t-shirts? Is he like really having a vendetta against words on the back of t-shirts? Again, like sometimes you just want to wear like a kind of button up, but like have the t-shirt be like visible. So if it's on the back of the shirt, you're not going to see shit. So that's why everything should always be printed on the front of the shirt. I get you, Matsuda. That's what the case was about. Again, sounds like you know about the case now, all of a sudden. Grr, you brought up the t-shirt, so I'm not going to be able to say anything to you. You're still freaking out. Do you have anything to say about t-shirts? No. Convenient that Matsuda's the one that knew something about the t-shirts. We only need one clue. Mr. Gas Mask? Jishimata is fine. About the t-shirts. You would have been who I would have thought would have been about t-shirts, but... Mr. Gas Mask, do you know about the Tenchu t-shirts? I like how he refused to do what he says and call him Yamada. Yeah, though, sure. T-shirts based on the incident. Pretty popular then. Could the puzzle be related in some way? Could be. Don't know for sure. If you think it's a thing, might want to ask around. Thanks. Really insightful, Gas Mask. I feel like this shouldn't be a case of like having to really rack our brains about this. Where was the Tenchu paper discovered? Do you know about the t-shirts? You don't know about the t-shirts. Jasmine knows about the t-shirts. I really should look at the ghosts at this point. Any leads? You don't care about t-shirts? Because at the very least, we're going to have to use our brain noggin to actually get the clue. The last clue is gonna be the note. So let's see what the ghosts have to say. What's Yoda doing? Or it's more like a Jawa. This place sure is creepy. There's a little... Is that it? What? Okay. Sure. This dude looks like Gollum. This shadow looks like it's touching the photo. Is it setting something up? Might be the tour organizer's shadow. Is it gonna just be that the note is in the back of the picture because it's the back of the shirt? That's stupid. I'm mad about that. Look closer. This is the only shadow that's acting strangely. If this shadow is the organizer, then that means they hid the envelope somewhere around the photo. I mean, at that point, you would just check behind the victim's photo. Do I want to do that? Yeah, I think we really need the idea to continue. The Tenchu paper was pasted on the victim's back. Let's check behind the frame first. Wait, what? Nope, not here. So did we know that it's on this back? The Tenchu paper was pasted on the victim's back. Yeah, okay. I feel like I accidentally went a little too quick on that. Tragic victim. I should compile notes on Nomura's sound as well. He's the victim in the Ueno Tenshu incident, which attracted a lot of attention back then. What message was found pasted onto Nomura-san's body? Want you, lust of the heavens, Tenshu, wrath of the... So, like, pasted on the body... I mean, like, reasonably enough, we would still have to question where would we find this note if it was on the body. But, like, we're kind of just having this information. Yes, Tenshu, divine wrath that strikes down the evils of hearts, which the incident itself was named after. But why did the murderer paste the paper onto the victim? Nomura-san didn't seem so evil that he deserved such a fate. We don't know anything about him. I mean, I don't think he is. Well, this helps us to know that everyone here is the only people involved. He's not interested in cult. Hope I can... Why? I guess I didn't look at that when it was new before. Don't we have a better picture? Like a straightforward picture of him? Man who was murdered at the Ueno Tenshu incident that happened a few years ago. He's known as... 7 years seems like a bit more than a few. He's known as a ghost. We don't know if he's known as a ghost. Who appears at Shinabazu Pond. It is rumored that if you make eye contact with him, he will drag you into the pond. Alright, besides not knowing what the organizer looks like, which... I'm just saying there's a lot of space to connect Kimura with unknown organizer. Yeah, nothing really there. So I think at this point we just have to, I think, learn that it's on his back. Where could the hidden envelope be? Nothing near the white lines. Looked around everywhere suspicious, but haven't found it. Mrs. Azami, I actually envy you. Due to my power of vision, I am unable to enjoy this event. Your envy isn't really helping, Director. It's a similar deal to the pond from earlier. Try forming a hypothesis to narrow down what you might have missed. The puzzle for this location is... Where was the Tenshu paper for the Ueno Tenshu incident found? According to Mr. Gas Mask, the paper was found after Nomura-san was carried off. If so, where would the envelope be hidden? On or around the body? Maybe it's the ghost of Nomura, the ground under... Still there. Pasted on the victim's photo, the back of, plain view of, buried in. Okay, I'm not really sure how to... Maybe it's... Like, again, we got pasted. I feel like that is a weird wording. I think it would have just been on the victim. Paste it on... Still there. I mean, maybe it's the ground under the scene of the murder. Still there. The ground under... Where is the envelope hidden? I mean, I could say what I think. Maybe it's... Paste it on the back of the victim's photo. Okay, we have to actually make that leap, which, not a leap, but it's like we didn't really look at it. Maybe it's pasted on the back, no spacing. Back of the victim's photo, trash game, unplayable, can't play it. Yes, that must be it. If Nomura-san's photo is supposed to represent him, then maybe the envelope is pasted directly on the back of the photo itself and not on the photo frame. Azami, you really should have just checked to begin with. We should give the photo a proper check. I mean, like, realistically, besides trying to look in a bush, which even then, the way the scene is presented here, it doesn't look like there's bushes nearby. The only options would presumably be where the organizers planted stuff. So then it would just be like, rummage this, because obviously the chalk outline isn't going to have anything. What if we open up the frame and check behind the photo itself? No, nothing here. Why not? I was positive it would be here. What's this? Looks like something was pasted here. Think things over. It was taken. Someone's been messing with stuff. That's why the swan boat was busted or whatever. Maybe the envelope was here at some point. Oh, I see. That shadow wasn't hiding the envelope behind the photo. It was shown taking the envelope. Someone must have figured out the answer before I got here. Who might that be? What? Like, they just figured it out by themselves, which is like, okay, but how would I not see them? Mr. Gas Mask? Just Yamada's fine. Did you already find the envelope? You've already taken the envelope, correct? Yeah, sorry, wasn't keeping it a secret or anything. You were, though! Professional force of habit, I tend to hold on to info I find. So you know why the envelope was behind the photo? The paper was on the Murasan's back, so the hiding place reflects that. I almost wish I would have tried asking other people to see if we could have, just to see what they would have said, right? Correct? Hey, good guess, you got it. What was in the envelope, by the way? There were 2 envelopes. One was a map to the next location, the other was info on the Tenshu incident. I'll go ahead and hand this to the guide. Yeah, can you maybe tell me about the info on the Tenshu incident, though? Maybe Gas Mask did do it, since he knows stuff, I guess. I don't know. Esteemed participants, I hope you've all enjoyed this location. How did no one see him, like, get something from the photo? He was definitely keeping it a secret. Like, oh, professionalism, I guess. I don't know. Esteemed participants, I hope you've all enjoyed this location. No, I haven't. This tour sucks. Do you have refreshments? I'm parched. Round of applause for Mr. Yamada Gas Mask, who was first to find the envelope. Get to the point. What did it say about the Tenshu incident anyways? Did we acknowledge that it said something about the incident? I think we only knew it would tell us the next location, right? Oh, of course. I guess he could have said something. Checking right now. Huh? Oh, forgot to tell you. Have the Tenshu incident envelope here on me. Oi, what's the big idea, eh? Seems fair to me. I'm the one who found the envelope before anyone else. It's a scoop. I'm not going to just give it away. Is the tour okay with this? Well, Mr. Gas Mask did find the envelope first. And he did hand me the map to the next location. I could have just misremembered or not. I could look at the logs, but that's a long way away. It's also not there. The scene transition changed that. The only meaning of this current location is that Dr. Kisaragi's false accusation spawned here. So the wise thing to do would be to simply head to the next one. Huh. Then let us take a 10-minute comfort break, then head to the next spot. Our next location is unknown to anyone. One of Ueno's occult secrets. Is it? I thought, didn't the dude just say it was where the thing happened? The only meaning of the current location... This current location is what he's saying. Never mind. That's also stupid, though. So, the only meaning of this current location is that Dr. Kisaragi's false accusation spawned here. No, the only meaning of this current location is that the corpse was here, right? Our next location is unknown to anyone. One of Ueno occult secrets. Are you ready to head into the unknown? Also, how unknown is it considering Gas Mask had the map? He should know, right? We're not gonna, or I guess we are gonna surf the web again. At least this time they straight up said it's a 10-minute break, although it's probably gonna take me like 30 minutes again.